Well, good afternoon everyone and welcome to Bath City Radio for today's Vanarama National League South clash between Tonbridge Angels and Bath City, live from the Halcyon Wealth Longmead Stadium. I'm Mark Stillman, commentating throughout today's game. City arriving Kent on the back of two 1-0 defeats, though they had success over today's opponents by that scoreline twice last year. Tonbridge have been up and down of late. Since embarrassingly crashing out of the FA Cup 4-0 at Binfield in the first hurdle, they've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 3. Tuesday's match at Worthing was postponed due to storm damage, which fortunately didn't travel further east, and the pitch is fine despite recent rain. It should be, having been converted to 3G in the summer. I'll go through the starting lineups for this afternoon's contest. Bath City make 4 changes in the midweek defeat to Chelmsford. They'll be playing 4-3-3. In goal, Ryan Clark. A back four of Joe Rains, Jordan Dyer, Kieran Parcell and Dan Greenslade. A midfield 3 of Dan Hayfield, Chris Lyons and Luke Spokes. And up front, Alex Fletcher, Cody Cook and Scott Wilson. On the bench for City, Jack Batten, Elliot Freer, Rex Mannings, James Morton and Jacob Jones. Tonbridge have gone one better. They've made 5 changes from last week's crushing defeat at Taunton Town. They'll also be playing 4-3-3. In goal is John Henley, a back four of Jamie Fielding, Sonny Miles, Ben Swift and Craig Graham Barrett. Midfield 3 of Jeremy Santos, Scott Wagstaff and TQ Addy. And a front 3 of Ruben Suarez Jr., Louis Collins and Lewis Gard. On the bench of Tonbridge this afternoon, Nathan Wood, Tarek Hines, Dejon Golding, Joe Tyree and Dylan Gavin. Today's officials, the referee is Michael Robertson Tant. He'll be assisted by Louis Dawson on the far side and Paul Burnham on our near side. Away we go. Knock back to Lyons in the centre circle. Squares it to Greenslade on the left back. Cook coming back to retrieve the ball. Goes back to Ryan Clark, who made his 100th appearance at this venue last year. Much brighter afternoons. One over the top now, looking for Wilson. Wilson's collected on the edge of the box. Wilson making space. Wilson, one-on-one, great challenge. Interception from Ben Swift, who kept with him well, the former Margate man. Wilson thought he was in. Good close control on the edge of the penalty area. His shot is turned away for the first corner of the afternoon. Packed penalty area. Lyons chips it. Cooks like he was having a shirt pull, but the ball didn't reach him. It's now picked up from Addy on the right-hand side. One brief sub-appearance in his last 6 was in the win over Tonbridge. Here's Spokes, picks it up just past halfway. Now he finds Cook in room on the left-hand side. Wilson's overlapping him. Wilson near the byline. Wilson plays it across. Oh, and it was behind Fletcher. In the end, it's cleared. Hanging one in the air. It was a really good flick on from Suarez Jr. Now to Collins, corner of the penalty area. He's waiting for men in the middle. Collins holds the ball up well, squares it to Addy on the right-hand side. Still Addy trying to make room for a shot away from Greenslade. He does shoot and it deceives Clark, who's only batted it away. Kept in play now from Gard, but Gard is offside. Cuts inside. Plays it back to Rains. Midway inside the Tonbridge half on the right, but pressed. Now Fletcher manages to sneak it through to Rains on the right-hand side. Ball in deflects off Graham Barrett. Now picked up on Cook in the penalty area. Cook making an angle for himself, and it's a sliding interception from Miles. Still kept in from Cook, and another block as well from the experienced captain. Gets it away for his side. Now Tonbridge can look to break with Suarez Jr. on the left-hand side. And Rains, in coming back with him, is alleged to have hauled him down. Free kick taken towards Fletcher, who's lost possession. Hines' ball is loose, and Rains slides in. He's penalised. The referee wants another word. Joe Rains is going to pick up the first caution of this game. It's in the 20th minute. Inside to Spokes. One down the line. It's a clever ball, actually. Cook's going to get there first before Swift. Down the right, he needs support. Spokes is behind him. Got Hayfield and Fletcher waiting in the middle. Still Spokes. No angle for a cross. It's been blocked. Now Lyons, 30 yards out. Up to Wilson. Edge of the penalty area. Good move this from City. Wilson shoots, well blocked from Hines. Miles now carries the ball forward. Up to Addy. He's got room to venture up the field. Receives it back, Addy. Still got it. Edge of the box now. Addy shoots too close to Ryan Clark, who gathers. Finds Wilson on the left. Back to Lyons. Now Greenslade. Good dummy from Wilson, allows it to run to Hayfield, 30 yards out. Hayfield, who has a go, and it's too close to Henley, who gobbles it up. So the ball forward is pretty wasteful. Hines heads it back forward, owns to Spokes, and Wilson on the left. Greenslade again. Wilson on the left-hand side. Turning inside, he's done well to find Hayfield, 35 yards out. Got Rains on the right and a bit of room. He's managed to find Rains now. Rains near the byline, chips one up. It's just too high for Fletcher, head away from Miles. And you're Spokes! Oh, what a save from Henley! And it bounces onto the back of the net. Luke Spokes, ever so close to it. Really important block from Henley. Must have been unsighted through that. And it goes behind for a corner. The closest Bar City have come to scoring so far. He hit it pretty well, Spokes. No, it's gone low, actually. First time it's blocked again from Henley. It was Spokes again. Henley didn't know too much about it, I don't think. So follow-up cross comes in. Hines tries to head it out of harm's way. And he goes out of play for a throw. Really inventive from Chris Lyons. Luke Spokes, first-time shot. I'm sure Henley didn't know too much about it. He was well placed to block. Some chances in the last few minutes. Hayfield squares it to Lyons, 30 yards out, chips it looking for Cook, who's held slightly but not enough to warrant a foul, and Henley manages to gather it. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Both teams largely cancelling each other out, as perhaps you'd expect with them tightly packed in the league table. City just the 2 points ahead of Tonbridge. There's now with Hines over on the right-hand side, near the corner of the penalty area. Good footwork from Hines. Touches it on the Santos with the first-time shot. It's parried from Clark. Collins touches it into the back of the net. The shot was too hot to handle for the Bar City stopper, and Collins was perfectly placed to pounce on the loose ball, right-footed home from like 10 yards out. That's the deadlock broken. 38th minute, Tonbridge Angels 1, Bar City 0. City have shown enough promise going forward to suggest they can get back into this game, as they'd like to now with Fletcher, who's robbed the ball off Graham Barrett, who's keeping up with him. Still Fletcher, but he's fouled in carrying the ball forward. Lyons, there's a one-man wall in Santos. Fletcher's made a run off the ball. Lyons whips it towards the back post, where it came off the head of Dyer and then deflected behind for a corner. It's not a bad one. It's headed away, helped back forward towards Fletcher. Bit of a muddle in there. Fletcher now. Left foot is blocked. Excellent technique from Fletcher. Somehow managed to sit up for him. It's flicked back in from Lyons and fully cleared in the end. Too many blue shirts in the way. Inadvertent flick back from Wagstaff. Fletcher's having his shirt tugged all over the place from Brian Barrett. The referee hasn't spotted it as first touch for Wood on this left-hand side, wanting to run at Greenslade. Chips in a ball, it takes a couple of deflections. In the end, Spokes gets enough to get his body in the way. Now Cook can try and stride forward. It's Hayfield, rather, tripped off the ball. So Lyons with his free kick. On the City left, one-man wall. Helps it towards the edge of the penalty area. Dyer's beaten in the air. It's a shot from Hayfield, is blocked too close to Henley, and that's the final action of the first half. Well, City have done enough to test the Tonbridge returning stopper, but they haven't managed to find a breakthrough. Instead, it was the host who, Ryan Clark, found the shot too hot to handle, and Louis Collins was there to tap in the loose ball in the 38th minute, and that separates the teams heading into the break. Back to guard now as well to keep hold of the ball. Collins, this is a brilliant move. Here's guard now with another first-time ball to Wood on the left-hand side. Still Wood looking for options. He's played it behind everybody. Tonbridge still in possession near the edge of the penalty area. It's now Wagstaff, urged to shoot. He does. It deflects off the backside of Lyons and goes out of play for a corner. That was fabulous build-up play from Tonbridge Angels. It's a hanging one near the penalty spot. Swift gets a header on it, but it's wide of goal, and it's well seen behind for a goal kick. No changes yet made from Jerry Gill, as Cook gets a great flick onto Fletcher down the right-hand side. He's managed to get there first for Miles. Still Fletcher. Ball played across to Wilson. He tried to get there, but Brian Barrett nicked it off him. Still kept in play with Fletcher. Chits towards the back post, but it's comfortably gathered, front post rather, and it's an easy gather for Henley. Back to Lyons. Spell of passing this from City, but looking to penetrate the Tonbridge defence. Fletcher might try and do so. He shoots, but it finds its way all the way through comfortably to Henley. A couple of yards inside the City half, which Miles side foots to Hines. Now Wood, first half substitute in stoppage time for Santos. It'll be a miss for Tonbridge. They've already used 32 players this season because of various injuries. As Hayfield picks the ball up for Bath City in midfield. Now to Fletcher. He's forced back again, but he's managed to play inside to Rains on this occasion. Room on the right-hand side for Hayfield. Oh, his ball's got too much pace on it. It was looking for Cook, 59th minute, and it is a drastic change. They're going to take off Cody Cook and bring on Elliot Freer. Taken inside to Suarez Jr. Back to Brian Barrett. Suarez Jr. again, 25 yards out. Shoots. It's an awkward one. Clark was slipping a little bit, but he does well this time to hold on. There's Collins. A clever little touch to Suarez Jr. Brian Barrett's in room on the left-hand side. They've got 3 in the box, Tonbridge. Brian Barrett fizzes it across. He goes for goal, actually. It's saved from Clark. They managed to get the ball away. Surprised my voice that Brian Barrett did go for goal. Hasn't scored since January 2019 on this level. There's well one back from Mannings to Lines. Now Freer in the centre circle. Touches it onto Greenslade alongside him. Now Fletcher, central, 35 yards out. It's now in behind. It's a chance at Hayfield. Hayfield shoots, scores! Bath City are back on level terms. A fine finish from Dan Hayfield. Fletcher with a little layoff. It was a good build-up play at the goalkeeper's near post. He might be a little bit disappointed to be beaten there, but in the 63rd minute, it's Tonbridge Angels 1, Bath City 1. Dan Hayfield's second goal of the season. He put a lot of power behind it. Wood, midway inside the City half, tries to play it in behind, was looking for Suarez Jr. He's moved over to the right side of the time being. Lines has brought down Wagstaff, and it's a free kick at Tonbridge. I think they would have preferred an advantage. They're going to get a slight advantage now because Chris Lines is going to pick up a yellow card. Now Hayfield on halfway to Mannings. I think heard the shout on the right-hand side to Fletcher. Obliges, plays it to him. Now an overlapping run of Mannings. He's giving chase near the byline. Turns inside of his man, side of the penalty area. He's waiting for options in the middle and couldn't quite find Fletcher. I thought he almost pulled up Mannings when he chased after that. He's on the ball again down the right. Singing sensation, wants to be a winging sensation for the time being. Turns inside, an excellent ball that is, and it comes last off Swift for a Bath City corner. Delivers it. It's a bit of a scramble in there. He's worked his way in. It's a bundled home finish. It looks like Fletcher got the final touch. It was very messy. He said he wanted it on his head. He got it on his feet instead. Bath City have turned it around in the 71st minute. Tonbridge Angels 1, Bath City 2. I'll need further confirmation of that goal score. It was very untidy. It was quite similar to Wilson's goal against Havant Waterlooville, where it was near post. It was a great delivery from Lines in the first place. And Bath City have turned it around. If it is Alex Fletcher, it's his first goal since that equaliser at Taunton. Free kick, which Lines will take. One-man wall near the corner of the penalty area. It's wide right for Bath City. Whipped in towards the far post and it's kept, well, I think it was kept in play actually. Still trying to juggle it away. Wagstaff finally clears. Henley basically stopped. He's screaming at the assistant, but now he'll be looking at the other end of the field where Golding is leading an attack down the left-hand side with Wood, and Wood is offside. Should have held his run because that could have been an important counter for the hosts. Rains, got to be careful. He's on a yellow. Doesn't bring him down. Guard in midfield. Holding off a couple of challenges and then lunges in late. That should be a yellow card on Hayfield. A lot of protestations about it. It was desperation, really, from Guard. It should be a yellow card. It shouldn't be any more than that. And he does. It's a right decision to me. Guard takes his free kick. Low, it's a really good delivery in it. In the end, it flicks behind for a corner guard with a corner. It's going to be an in-swinger. Good one as well. There's lots of bodies in there. Gone down. It appeals for a penalty. Manning's on Wood. Nothing given. Tonbridge are going to pile men forward. They have 5 minutes remaining to try and find a leveller. It's a good ball over to the right-hand side. A bit of a slip, though, from Hines. He's kept the ball in possession. Faced from Freer and Greenslade near the corner of the penalty area. Back to guard. He's got plenty of time. Pick out a cross. His cross is too close to Ryan Clark, who takes the ball. And he urges caution from his teammates. Again, he's appealing that he was having his shirt pulled. Ryan Clark's third start in a week. City lead 2-1. 3 minutes remaining. It's a free kick played square to Mannings. He shoots over the bar. So in the 88th minute, Tonbridge 1, Bath City 2. Here on Bath City Radio, Vanarama National League side, as Hines skips away from Freer, touches inside to Golding. Finds Hines again down the right. Face from Greenslade again, trying to get towards the byline. Play the ball's taking a hefty deflection. It's not fully headed away, and Gavin completely misses his kick, but it's still on the attack. Guard, edge of the penalty area. Wagstaff plays it to the right-hand side with Hines. Tonbridge piling on the pressure, but his ball in is blocked, which Hines will take. 10 yards in a byline on the right. Minute and a half of normal time remaining. City lead 2-1. Back to Golding, former Cheshunt man, with a great ball towards the far post, and it's cleared in the end, helped up in the air from Lines, not fully cleared. Golding, there's 2 men down. The referee's going to have to stop the game. It's a head injury. 2 players, 1 from each team, have gone down, and Tonbridge will have a free kick, which is taken quickly, expectedly, from Miles. Squares it to his central defensive partner, Swift, who's done well on his recall or return to the team. But that ball is loose. Now Wilson, keeper's off his line. He's played it straight against him. He was so far off his line, he was outside his box, and Wilson has wastefully put it straight into his chest. City with 9 men behind the ball, but Tonbridge have got room to come forward now with Hines near the corner of the penalty area. Gets the other side of Freer. Freer's holding him up. We played nearly 5 minutes of stoppage time. City still lead 2-1. It's with Guard. Little nudge back to Hines near the corner of the box. Trying to get in between 2 players. Plays a ball across a wicked area, and nobody gambled on it, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. It's gone out of play for a throw-in to Tonbridge, just shy of the halfway line. Brian Barrett takes it quickly, but there's no time to mount another attack because that's full time here at the Halcyon Wealth Longmead Stadium. Bath City have returned to winning ways. Their fine form on the road continues, and their excellent record against Tonbridge Angels goes on longer too. They had to do it the hard way. They trailed. Louis Collins opened the scoring on 38 minutes when Jeremy Santos' shot was spilled by Ryan Clark straight to the front man, who, with a poacher's finish, tapped in from around 10 yards out. Santos then went off injured in first half stoppage time, and that proved pivotal because they missed his creativity badly in the second. Bath City levelled on 63 minutes with a stinging shot from Dan Hayfield around 18 yards out, which went inside John Henley's left-hand post. The goalkeeper at full stretch couldn't keep it out. And then a bundled second on 71 minutes, which we believe when the final touch went to Alex Fletcher, gives Bath City all 3 points. Tonbridge had a bit of pressure at the end, but they couldn't find that elusive leveller, and it's the first time they have dropped points from a winning position this season, whereas in contrast, Bath City have now won 12 from trailing, which is 5 more than the whole of last season. They've won 9 points from when losing away, which is a league high, and at a place like Tonbridge Angels as well, who were 10th. They've been on a good home run. They had won 4 of their previous 5 here, but now it's back-to-back defeats for Jay Saunders' men. Thank you all very much for coping with me throughout this afternoon. I've enjoyed it as well, and we'll be back on air on Tuesday for the Villa of Dulwich Hamlet, where George Gray, Joe Acklam and Andrew Kerslake will be behind the mic for that one. You'll be treated with 3 of them rather than just the one at Twerton Park. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll be back at 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, where from here at Tonbridge, it's finished Tonbridge Angels 1, Bath City 2. Enjoy what's left of your weekend.